Oh, that was a good one, wasn't it? Welcome back, guys, to another YouTube video. Today, we're going to run through a full day of eating for you to get peeled. So meal number one here is going to be 80 grams of cream of rice. We've got 50 grams of whey, 150 grams of berries, and then we've got 10 grams, so 1 square of dark chocolate. Now, I think there's been 2 or 3 days where I've actually forgotten to have the dark chocolate. I haven't had dark chocolate on my diet for ages, and there's meant to be 10 grams of almond butter with this meal, but like 10 grams of almond butter, it's just not even worth having. And I feel like trying to have 10 grams and scoop it off the spoon, get it into my cream of rice, it would all just get lost on the fucking spoon. So I've been having a square dark chocolate instead. I like to just drop it in, leave it melt, mix it in. Jem, if you're watching this, don't kill me, because no, she likes to break it up. So does Chloe. Chloe loves to break it up as well into little chunks, but I just mix it in like a serial killer. So that's going to be meal number one, guys. Also, I've got this little Riz engineered salt shaker, which is fucking very handy because every little drop is 0.5 grams of pink salt. So today, guys, we're going to run you through the full day of eating. We're going to run you through the mini cut updates so far, where we're kind of at, like visually, body weight wise. I'll do that upstairs after this meal. And then I'm going to take you to the gym today as well for pull, because we do have 1 or 2 new movements in today. Because I'm starting this mini cut now and I'm just going back on cycle and everything else, there's a couple of moving parts. So we've made a couple of tweaks here or there to my training, just because, like, since I moved to Ultraflex, I've been in the same fucking movements every single pull session for like 4 or 5 months straight. So eventually, you know, you can only kind of get so strong on those, right? I've pretty much ran them up and ran them into the ground now at this stage. So as my food is coming down and as performance is going to get a little bit harder to hold anyway, now is a good time to swap those movements out, reset them, slowly build them back up, and by the time I'm dieting, boom, I'll be flying it. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna finish making this meal, I'm gonna show you this meal, and then I'm gonna update you. So here we are, guys, the finished product. I'm probably getting like a 0 out of 10 for aesthetics here, as I just mixed it all up so the berries would defrost, but oh well. Alright, guys, welcome back. So we've had an absolute fucking shocker. I was upstairs getting through my work, came down, decided I need to put on my rice now so that I can have my rice for the day, and no fucking rice in the press. So had to run to Lidl, had to get a fucking bag of jasmine rice and 2 bags of jasmine rice, and I'm fucking way behind now on my meals, which is not ideal for the full day of eating, but it is what it is. So somebody actually commented on my rice tutorial on Instagram asking me how I opened the bag of rice. So I'm actually going to show everyone on YouTube. Hopefully they'll make a balls of this now. And if you haven't seen my rice tutorial on Instagram, or you don't follow me on Instagram, then get at me and follow me on Instagram. I'll drop my little handle down below here. But basically, I made a reel on how to make the perfect rice. So if you want to know how to make the perfect rice, then go onto Instagram, follow me, and comment down below on that reel saying, this is the best rice I've ever seen, and I'll know you came from YouTube. Right, so jasmine rice bag, obviously it comes with these like little strings at the end. So whatever end has like the long strings there, right? You want to kind of get it in here, and you want to just cut it like just on that first notch there, right? So I get the scissors, I just cut there, and then you also have to cut from the other side as well, but you'll kind of see, you're going to be able to see where it like pulls through. So we'll cut just on the first notch on the other side as well, and then there's a little bit, see that string came off now, right? So that loose end came off. We'll do the next one and just chop that there, right? And then same again on the other side. Now this side where it's a little bit tighter, that's going to be the side that you actually pull from, right? But you need to get the other side loose first. So again, I do the same thing. There's like this here, right? And it's just this first notch. You can kind of see where it flows through this side. That's definitely not close enough for everyone to see anyway. But I'm just going to trim those there on both sides. That'll pop out. That'll come loose, and then boom, right? And then here as well, that little thing will come loose there, and then we just grab that, and boom, and there we fucking go. Rice is perfectly open, because I know a lot of people who get these bags of jasmine rice, they just get the fucking scissors and they just hack at it at the fucking edge. And to be honest, that absolutely kills my OCD. People who do that are just fucking for the bin, to be perfectly honest. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna make my perfect jasmine rice now, and then I will catch up with you for meal number 2. All right, guys, we're back. We have got meal number 2 here, which is gonna be 75 grams of raw weight rice, 175 grams of chicken, 75 grams, or actually 50 grams of green beans, and we have also got 100 grams of pineapple. So this is 200 grams of pineapple, but I just take it, it's frozen, so I just take it out of the bag, put it in this little bowl from the night before, and just let it defrost. I've just realized as well that the Aldi frozen pineapple is like way nicer than the Tesco frozen pineapple, but Aldi is always sold out of pineapple for some fucking reason. And I'm also going to have a little bit of this Nando's garlic sauce with this meal. This is absolutely tremendous when you are dieting. So serving size 20 grams, and per serving it is 12 calories. So serious bang for your buck out of this, because as it is like hot sauce as well, you really don't need that much to like make the entire meal taste like fucking like, you know what I mean? Even though this has been kind of running through me a little bit, so I might have to ease off it. I might have to have it on like just one meal of the day. So that's pretty much it, guys. We also have the chicken here that I prepare each morning with the Nando's season, myself and Chloe's chicken. So just chop it all up, put it in the bowl. Chloe's going to cook on hers now in just a second, so I leave it out. And then after I eat this meal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my cream of rice and just leave it sitting and cooling in the fridge for a while, because it's the summer now, it's kind of warm. So I like the cold cream of rice. And I'll also just make my Intrap, pop that in the fridge as well, so it is ready to go for when we're having our pre-workout meal and going to the gym. And we're a little bit behind today because of this whole fucking rice debacle and something else that happened this morning that frustrated me quite a lot, but I won't go into that. I won't go into that right now. So anyway, guys, that's meal number 2. And I've popped the macros up already, and we'll catch back up with you very soon. So guys, very quickly before we move on to the pre-workout meal, I want to just run you through the updates, right? So very quickly, he says, and this clip will probably be like 10 minutes long. But anyway, so this morning we were 106.6 kilos, I believe. So we did actually see weight drop quite drastically earlier on during the week, and then it jumped up a little bit, and then it moved back down. So I'll pop like the weigh-ins up on the screen there, just so you can kind of see how it's been moving. But I think so far from where I'm at now to where I was last Monday, which is only like 12 days ago, I'm down like 4 kilos nearly. So pretty large shift already. When I did get that big drop of like 1.1 kilo earlier in the week, Kuba was like, let me know how you're feeling, let me know what your body weight is the following day, etc., just so that we're not kind of dropping down too quickly. But I feel pretty good, you know. I'm kind of happy to push for as long as I feel like I'm getting some negative feedback. So I had push yesterday, and push is normally the first body part for me that goes in the dieting phase. But the session was fantastic. I was actually up on numbers on everything except for my incline dumbbell press top set. And I think that was only because I was using a different bench and the incline was actually like 5 degrees higher than it normally is. So I think that kind of threw me a little bit. I felt it a lot more in my front delt than I usually would. So I think that was like the higher incline. So I'm blaming it on that anyway. But it was a really good set nonetheless, you know. And I definitely feel like there's a little bit of strength and a little bit of fullness starting to come back now from being on cycle almost 2 weeks, because yesterday the pump I got was fucking crazy. One thing I noticed too, being down a couple of kilos of body weight, is that I was able to get into a full deep stretch a lot easier, and even on my dips I could get right down, pause and drive up without any kind of shoulder discomfort, without feeling like very like stiff or anything like that. So the couple of kilos I've lost already, it's definitely made a big difference just for mobility, which is fucking great. So I actually found that yesterday I was getting even more of a pump on chest because I could really fucking rinse those end ranges, and my posing as well was much better there during the week on Wednesday. So today is Friday. Obviously I'm going to be taking another round of checking pics in another 2 days, but I won't post up the midweek checking photos because you always kind of see those photos of me just kind of out my back, but I will kind of pop up here some post-workout photos from yesterday, right? I haven't actually taken a proper round of photos in like the Ultraflex like urinals in quite some time, like probably since I was like a couple of weeks into prep last year. So it's funny because when you're always taking pictures every single week in the same spot in your back garden, you don't really see the improvements as much. But having taken photos, you know, a couple of weeks into prep last year, right, in those Ultraflex urinals, and then taking pictures there yesterday, and kind of looking at them, I was kind of like, oh fuck, these look different, you know? Because like week to week to week, when you're in the same spot, you only notice very subtle differences. But like from last year to this year, I'm like looking at these photos like in that different spot that I haven't taken photos in ages, and I'm like, geez, my back looks much thicker here, this looks better, that looks better. So it was actually nice to go down and take those pictures in the urinals yesterday and be like, yeah, I've made decent progress over the last 6 months. It's been good, you know, it's been pretty good. And I got a couple of replies on Instagram as well about a couple of the shots, and you know, it's nice to kind of just get a little bit of feedback as well, to know that like you're not full-blown delusional and that other people are actually seeing what you're seeing. Even though a lot of the times when people are writing to me, I don't see what they see. So yeah, we're our own harshest critics, etc., etc. But things are ticking away nicely. You know, I feel good. Not really that hungry yet at all, to be honest. I think anyone who experiences hunger, first couple of weeks of dieting, it's just like, it's not even hunger. It's just a bit of an emptiness of the stomach, and it's probably just like maybe cravings for foods that they can't have anymore or whatever. But I think hunger is largely in the mind. And to be honest, I never actually get hungry until I'm like very fucking lean. I think hunger is dictated by body fat levels, and right now I'm too fat to be hungry. So I do not think I'm going to be hungry for at least another 2 weeks, and even at that, it's only going to be like, oh yeah, I have a decent appetite now, and then it'll be another 4 weeks after that by the time I'm like, yeah, I'm ravenous, you know. And that might not even be the case, because you know, it might be absolutely fine. Now, one thing Kuba did kind of mention to me during the week, which I didn't realize we were going to do, is that we will actually be running a deload and a diet break in the middle of this mini cut. So I was thinking 10 weeks was a little long to be pushing, and I was like, fuck, there's going to be nothing left of me. I'm going to be, you know, sub 100 kilo. But he's not planning on just like pushing me the whole way to the end. I think especially because we took such a big initial drop and my weight seems to be coming down rapid. I think after we're about 5-6 weeks through, we'll probably deload and diet break and then like push for another month, and then wrap the mini cut up there. So yeah, that sounds good to me. You know, I think that'll actually make this process even easier than I kind of anticipated it to be. So happy days. So they are the updates, guys. I will catch you downstairs in about 10 minutes for our pre-workout meal. All right, guys, we are back to it, and we have the pre-workout meal here. So we have 100 grams of cream of rice. We've got 50 grams of whey made into a paste. We've got some ground sweet cinnamon on there also. Ooh, look at that. And we've got 100 grams of banana. So that does not look very appealing, but it is beautiful. And then we're going to watch some of the HD Muscle podcast whilst we just relax and chill out and get mentally in the zone to go and train. We're rolling. What's happening, guys? So we're just pulling up at the gym here now. It is absolutely fucking roasting, so it's going to be a sweaty one. We have got our we've got our intra workout supplementation here. So intra has gone from 50 grams down to, oh, they're not parking in there, lovely stuff. We get a nice easy parking spot out on the road today. Happy fucking days. Intra has gone down from 50 grams of sustain to 25 grams of sustain. So 25 sustain, 10 grams of glutamine, 5 grams of creatine, and 10 grams of EAAs. So that is the intra workout drink, guys. And we're gonna head in now for pull. All right, so first exercise up here, we're starting off with an assisted pull-up on the Nautilus. So this has actually been an addition onto my pull day that Kuba added a couple of weeks ago, and I've really been liking it so far. I'm not really trying to absolutely rinse my back here. This is more of like a warm-up slash activation exercise. So I've actually been finding starting off with this assisted pull-up has been really fucking kind of like opening up, limbering up my shoulders before I go into like all my single arm work after that. Because generally, if I jump straight into a single arm pull down, I kind of feel like I engage the shoulder a little bit, but this just fucking gets my scapula nice and open and gets a bit of blood flow in there. So definitely a very good warm-up exercise. If you have an assisted dip in your gym, I would advise starting off all your pull days with some form of assisted dip. If not, then tough shit on you. It's unfortunate. Not many gyms do probably have an assisted dip machine, but they are very handy if you want to use them. So I'm going to get this set done. All right, so second exercise in, and this is one of the ones that we have actually substituted out. So before this, I was doing the single arm Nautilus plate with a pull down, but we've subbed in this is sit down pull down for it. I've never actually used this. I've used it for upper back, and I really fucking like it. I actually like it a lot more than that prime prototype, if I'm perfectly honest, for upper back. So we'll see if I like it a little bit more for single arm lat pull downs. Now, I do know it is much lighter than that kind of prime prototype piece, so I have loaded it up a little bit heavier. I've gone with 3 plates here, and normally I'm doing like 37.5 on that, so almost double the amount of weight here, but it kind of feels okay. I give it a little tug and it kind of feels okay, and 40 moved pretty fucking well for a warm-up cut. So we'll see what this is like, and yeah. So 9 reps on that, got the loading pretty much bang on, if I'm perfectly honest. 9 clean enough reps, so obviously we will work things up from there. I may potentially experiment around with the loading a little bit. I'll ask Scuba what way he normally loads this. I know him and Mark normally do like a little bit in the middle, a little bit at the top. So that felt pretty smooth, felt pretty even, and actually felt a lot better on my shoulder than the prime lat pull down, because that one stretches up quite high. So no matter what, you always get a tiny little bit of delt on the way down, but this one actually felt a lot more focused on the lat. So yeah, big thumbs up for me there so far. All right, so next substitution up, we have got the Atlantis T-bar row in for the prime seated row. Kind of upset with this, to be perfectly honest, as prime seated row is probably my favourite upper back exercise of all time, but we have just gotten to the point on that one where I can't really progress it anymore, and I'm actually just seeing regression in actual fact the last like 2 sessions or so. So once my form kind of starts to slip and I'm losing a rep or 2, I know that like it's just no good trying to go on to a movement if it's just not going to progress like that. So we put in the T-bar row here, and actually really like this T-bar row. I used to use it net left, haven't done it in quite some time, so I'm just going to kind of ease in here. We're going to 3 plates aside, hopefully get the form absolutely on point. We've got 3 sets on this as well, 2 sets of 8 to 10 and 1 set of 12 to 15 at the end, and we've also got some kelso shrugs, kind of like partial reps, but kelso shrugs at the end of each set once I hit failure as well. So I'm going to show you what those look like too, and hopefully the camera angle will be good enough for you to actually see that. But Ultraflex isn't the best place to record or set up the camera, as there's always a lot of people kind of walking the way that don't want to get the camera in anyone's way either. So here we go. Yep. Oh. Oh. Fuck me. 8 reps just about there. Heavy. We're rolling. Okay guys, we are back with the post-workout meal. So we have got 125 grams of raw weight jasmine rice, 175 grams of chicken, we've got a little bit of lettuce, some Nando sauce, and we've also got 100 grams of berries. So I went with strawberries for my, I went with strawberries for my berry selection for this post-workout meal, but I'm actually very disappointed with how much 100 grams of strawberries is. Normally I have the blueberries and it kind of half fills up the bowl, and it takes me a while to eat it, so I can kind of nibble on them as a little treat after I eat this. But yeah, 100 grams of strawberries is pretty miserable. I'm pretty sure they're way less calories, not way less calories, but less calories than blueberries, but fuck it, doesn't matter. We're shredding up. Also, we normally get, right, well, Chloe actually started getting this, and then I've started to implement it and rob it off her, because it's actually been lovely, like shredded lettuce, like out of Tesco. So there's bags of like shredded up lettuce, and it's really nice to mix in with your rice rather than just like the big leaves of fucking iceberg lettuce that you get. But we're in Lidl today, so they didn't have the shredded lettuce, they just had the normal lettuce. And honestly, when I was putting this meal together, I was taking all the lettuce leaves out of the bag and getting the scissors, and I was trying to self shred every single one of them. So it added like, if you just crunch it with your hands, they all break in half. Yeah, but like, I know, like I used to rip them with my hands, but it's not the same. It's not the same. You don't get those fine strips, you know. So I did squeeze it hard. I did my best job of like, you know, making sure the lettuce was in shreds, and I've definitely missed a couple of pieces there. But fuck it, it is what it is. So this is probably my favourite meal today, even though it's kind of like the exact same as the earlier meal, but there's obviously a lot more rice, and it's post-workout, so I have actually earned it. So the macros would have been up on the screen, guys. That is the post-workout meal, and we'll catch up to you later on for meals number 5 and 6. Yes, oh, I lost my train of thought there completely, but anyway. We're back in the kitchen for meal number 5, and I'm going to show you, I've already showed you how, if you made it this far in the video, right? If you've made it this far in the video, you've already gone onto my Instagram, followed me, watched the perfect rice video, commented on the video, and now I'm going to show you how to make the perfect salmon, right? Because if any of you watch Mark Hodson, guys, right, and I'm sure probably like 75% of people who are subscribed to me are probably subscribed to him as well, right? And if you're not, go subscribe to Mark, okay? But he puts his salmon in the air fryer, raw, just like this, right? And what are you doing?
Hey, zooming in on the salmon.
No, I'm talking here. It's very serious business. Yeah, just puts the salmon in raw. Seasoned, of course, but just puts it raw in the air fryer and fucking cremates the thing for about 20 minutes. So I was slagging him on my stories over how he has a salmon. And he just responded to me and said, if it doesn't taste like somebody's ashes, I'm not eating it. So yeah, there's nothing worse, in my opinion, than overcooked salmon, right? So I will basically eat my fucking salmon like, you know, there's like sashimi, and then there's like just cooked. It's kind of how I like my salmon, right? Chloe will tell you, I like everything one notch up from like raw, don't I? So you know, like the chicken is like pink in the middle, like 1 minute longer, it's like done for me, right? Surprised I haven't gotten some serious food poisoning. So we've got salt and pepper, essential. Salt and pepper pretty much goes on everything, guys. Steak, salt and pepper. Chicken, salt and pepper. Salmon, salt and pepper. All right, everything. And then we've got Cajun seasoning. So I'm actually very happy with this because we went to Lidl today, and Lidl have the nicest Cajun seasoning. If anyone likes Cajun seasoning, right? I've tried Morrison's Cajun seasoning. I've tried Tesco's Cajun seasoning. I've tried the Schwartz one. But the Lidl Cajun seasoning is the goat, okay? I have to get it out with the big one here. Yeah, so this is the one. So I'm really looking forward to these salmons now this evening, right? So in the tin foil, to be honest, in tin foil like this, wrapped up, this is probably the nicest way to cook your chicken as well, if you put it in the oven or in the air fryer, because it takes like, it keeps it really juicy and really tender, right? Just gonna bang this in to the air fryer, okay? We're gonna put it on air fry, not max crisp, for 8 minutes. Now that might seem like very little, and it probably is, but it'll make the salmon perfect. And those salmon fillets were actually very thin, so I'm kind of thinking 8 minutes could be too much, but it'll still come out and it'll be absolutely perfect. And the good thing about cooking the salmon in the air fryer, in the tin foil, is, I'll show you in just 1 second, I'll show you when it's done, right? Right, so salmon is out of the air fryer, and this is the best part about cooking it in the air fryer in the first place, right? Because you can literally just peel the salmon straight off the skin. See that? See the way it just comes straight off? Now that's all broken up, but it's because the salmon is very thin. This one will be a little bit more even, look. See, just comes straight off like that. Absolutely beautiful. That was some balls. Like, why for the YouTube? The one day I'm recording, I make a fucking dog's dinner of that. But anyway, right? Comes straight off the skin like that. So all you have is lovely, juicy, seasoned salmon. Look at that, look, it's just fucking melting your mouth stuff. Look, it's just falling apart, not dry, just nice and juicy. And you don't have to eat the skin then, because people who eat the skin on salmon are serial killers. I'll eat the skin on a kiwi all day long, but I will not eat the skin on a salmon. Freaks me out, it's all slimy and scaly and ugh. At least the skin on a kiwi is like nice and hairy, you know, it's like a ball sack. That's way more appealing than the skin on a salmon, to me anyway. 41%. If you know, you know. Alright, so this is meal number 5. Got 2 salmon darns, so about 250 grams. And we've got 75 grams of rice. It's meant to be 50 grams of rice with this, but I swap it around with my chicken meal because I rather the rice with the extra rice with the 2 salmons. And then we've got 75 grams of green beans there. And sauce of choice for this one. This is a new addition. since I started dieting. I've been loving it. Reduced sugar, sweet chili sauce. So I'm actually not a sweet chili sauce fan, but I seen this on Jamie the Giant's YouTube, so I said I'd try it. Yeah. Excuse me. So sweet chili sauce is like too sweet for me. Like there's too much sugar in it. There's too much shit in it. And it's very high cal anyway. So this is like 35% less sugar. So there's actually like way less sugar in it. There's still 13 cals per 10 gram, which is not that bad. So I use about 20 grams of it, I would say. I better weigh that because I actually have been weighing this. Use about 20 grams of this, and honestly the good thing about it is it's like really like watery, like really liquidy. So 20 grams of it actually goes a long way, and you can just fucking mix it around and mix it in. That's lovely. So there you go, guys. That is meal numero 5. We're on season 2 now, are we?
Episode 1, yeah.
So final meal here, meal number 6. We have got same meal as meal number 2. Same meal as meal number 2, but with more chicken. So we got 225 grams of chicken here. We've got 75 grams of rice, actually 50 grams because I had the 75 grams with my salmon, so not the same meal as meal 2. 50 grams of rice, 50 grams of green beans. Fucking hell, I'm all over the place here. My brain's just not functioning now. And then we've got the 100 grams of pineapple left over from earlier. And actually, I forgot to have my 100 berries with my last salmon meal. So here we have 100 berries with this meal also as well. So this is the 100 grams of blueberries, which looks more substantial than the 100 grams of strawberries, doesn't it? So I just like that because I can kind of like pick away at the blueberries in between bites of like the chicken, or just have a little bit of it at the end. I'll probably eat the pineapple first, then this, and then I'll have the berries for dessert. So look at this, guys. Dieting is easy. Look at all this real food I've got here. Loads of fruit, loads of vegetables, rice, chicken. I mean, like, why do people struggle dieting? It's fucking easy. I know I'm like quite large, have a decent amount of muscle, so I can diet on like a decent amount of food, but even if I was fucking 80 kg soaking wet in college again and I had to diet, I mean, like, you can still just eat such good quality food that tastes so nice and not struggle, in my opinion. Anyway, we've just got some classic zero sugar ketchup with this meal as well, because we had the more exotic sauces earlier. Chloe's gone behind the camera here. To be fair, right, comment down below, right, if you had to choose one condiment to have for the rest of your life, what would it be? So it's not even like your favorite condiment, okay? It's if you had to choose one condiment to have for the rest of your life. Because if you said to me, like, what's your favorite condiment? I'd probably be like, ooh, like, I like a bit of barbecue sauce, but I like a bit of, like, you know, like chipotle mayo or something like that every now and again. But would I eat like chipotle mayo every single day for the rest of my life? I don't think I could. So I'd have to go with ketchup. Ketchup is the most versatile. I'd probably have ketchup on ice cream. Do you know that? That's how much I love ketchup. Honest to fucking God, I would. Ketchup is fucking the bomb diggity.
That takes my stomach turn.
It does it? Well, just as well you're not eating it, so. But you'll be kissing me after.
No, stay away.
Alright guys, so I put the total calories and macros for today up on the screen. My laptop battery has also decided to die, so you probably won't be getting this video in 2 days time. It's probably going to be 2 weeks time. So today is the 12th of April. So yeah, you might not be watching this for a while. Hopefully I'll get it back sooner rather than later, but this is really going to irk me that I haven't been able to stay on my weekly YouTube upload schedule, especially because I was like, yeah, 10 week mini cup, going to do a vlog every single week, easy content. And now I'm going to disappear off the face of the map. So don't miss me too much, guys. Actually, I'll be back by the time I post this video, so hope you missed me, guys. And stay tuned for the next fucking episode in the life of Dara and all his bad luck and everything bad that happens to him. My life isn't that bad, but...
And we're on to the Vikings.
But oh yes, sorry, that's what I meant to say. So, we're now on to Vikings as our season. I've been getting told to watch this, and I've wanted to watch this for like the last 10 years, because this is right up my alley. I love all this shit. You know, the kind of like, if it's fantasy or sci-fi, I love it. I'm all for it. And I think we watched like 2 episodes in Chloe's house like about 3 years ago, and she was like, this is shit, I don't like this. So I've been banging onto her, harping onto her, being like, let's watch the Vikings, let's watch the Vikings. After every series that we finish, I'm like, will we throw on the Vikings as like a joke? And she's like, no. And then I said it the other day, and she was like, yeah, go on, throw on the Vikings. And I was like, what?
That's because we've watched.
I was like, what's after happening here?
Other series.
Yeah, we're after making our way through so many other series now that all we've got left is Vikings. And fellas, and you know what? Do you know what? She watched another 2 episodes of it and then she was hooked. She actually liked it, which I knew would happen. I knew she just needed to give it a chance. She didn't like 2 episodes and decided the show based off that.
Oh, it's only okay.
You need to give everything like a season, like a first season. Like people always say like first season of Breaking Bad is a slow burner. You know, so you kind of have to give everything 1 season before you decide whether it's shit or not. You know, Better Call Saul, first 2 seasons that were absolutely shit. And apparently the last couple of seasons are unreal, so I might have to go back to that. But anyway, I'm going to eat this before it goes cold. So guys, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.